Good morning. Here we are at Trebared with an angle grinder a long way away in the background there. Beautiful night. We did a pitch up special. We had no intention of trying to be anywhere official last night, but it just kind of worked out. And we were rather glad it did. We're at this beautiful spot overlooking Cardigan Bay. And we love Cardigan, so much so we're going to go and explore it. And take you along with us, of course. Now, let's turn the camera around, tell you what we've got. There's Pam, of course. Gas bottle ran out last night. Fortunately, just before we went to bed because the fridge starts clicking away as it tries to keep itself ignited. However, we do, of course, carry a spare, so we dealt with that. And that's the view we've got, which I don't think is at all bad. Bit of a sunset last night, nothing too spectacular. But I think we can put up with that. And breakfast to be had, and then away we go. Oh, and a few photos to take, obviously. Now this is really taking me. We spent ages trying to get this car park, try and be good citizens. Cars, vans, maximum 1.5 tonne unladen. Right, we go 3.3 tonne gross. So how do we know what our unladen is? La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Cars, caravans and trailers, 24 hours, £9.20. Heavy vehicles, 15 quid. How do we know what our unladen bloody weight is? It's not on a V5, it's nowhere else. I'm just an unhappy bunny. Maybe we're just reading this wrong, I don't know. But, no idea. Righto, a phone call was made to the very helpful people at the contact centre saying, mate, I don't understand this. It looks like you want to charge us basically 15 quid to park here, up at the Fairfield pay and display. And it turns out that no, that's absolutely fine. They just said no, you're right, mate. Lucky enough, their calls are recorded, so we'll find out if we get a ticket in the post. But yeah, to be fair, they could make it a whole lot easier. And that sign is very misleading, which has kind of taken the shine off the morning. But the sun's shining, we'll go find a bookshop for Sal. Sal is on the hunt for some wool. We came across a lovely little shop yesterday. Very busy little place this. We'll move across this side, get in the shade a bit more, take the shine off my solar panel. There we go. We came to this car park earlier on and a bit of a rant, which turns out may not be entirely justified, given that we can actually park as a car, apparently. Try not to get run over here, it's remarkably busy. Anyhow, we quite like this little car park, despite the fact it says, prone to flooding, but as the tides go out, we know we're perfectly safe. There's a lovely boat down here, well, some kind of boat anyhow. I'll go and photograph it and have a look at it, because it is completely weird. And then after that, I intend to try and take you to, I think it's Mark's Amazing Emporium, which we picked up some fuses yesterday. Now, let's go find this weird old boat thingy. Definitely worth a look at. Hopefully, whilst not getting run over. I have absolutely no idea what or why. That is one weird thing. Apparently it's the Champagne Restaurant and Takeaway. Authentic Indian cuisine. I'm sorry about the fence in the way, it rather spoils it. But that is, I think, what you might call novel. And why the hell not? I don't suppose it does actually float anymore. It does seem rather sort of stuck in one place. Let's go around a little bit, have a look at it. Wow. What can you say about that then? That is, I think in the words of a Chinese curse, interesting. Let's have a stroll on past. There's a big waste pipe here, which I guess they used to empty out, well, I guess with a holding tank. Where's it ever going? They'll talk about toilets. That's a pretty strange thing. I mean, like, I've had this idea, mate. I want to build an Indian restaurant in an old boat. Yeah, of course you do, mate. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Why wouldn't you want to do that? But there you go. Someone has done it. It's a busy little place, and we found this sign down here yesterday, and we need some spare fuses because I managed to blow one up the other day. And we saw, it's always hard to do this, guess where they're, there we go. Mike's Really Useful Shop, thousands of lines on 3 floors. And it says at the bottom, there's no other shop like Mike's anywhere. And we're going to go and prove that's true, because there really honestly isn't another shop anywhere in the world like Mike's. So we came wombling on down here, a bit of a womble. A lovely day for a womble. Ooh, fancy a safety, there's a safe over there. And we'll go around the corner. And then there's no signs for Mike's Emporium. And the good lady did a quick divert left, which we're about to do now. And diverty left. And Mike's Emporium is just down here. Mike's shop. Mike's Really Useful Shop, incorporating cardigan electronics. And I'll tell you what I've just seen, I didn't notice it the other day. And this shows age. Up there, it says Radio Shack. Now, Radio Shack, of course, used to be Tandy back in the day. So whether that sign's really that ancient, I don't really know, because as far as I know, Tandy packed up literally decades ago. And say Radio Shack was one of their brands. Anyhow, we'll have a quick say hello and see what else is in this stop, because it's an absolutely amazing place. This place is absolutely incredible. All the electronic stuff's down there. As you come up the first set of stairs, look at this, all the Airfix models. Greetings cards, picture frames and kites. Something else I've not seen in absolute years. Let's swing around this way a bit. Balsa wood. Man, I remember making stuff out of balsa wood. Generally it crashed afterwards, but I remember making it. Over here, all the Humbrol paints. Wow, this place is incredible, and it goes up some more. Ooh, let's go up the stairs, hopefully without doing myself too much harm. Oh. You never believe what I've just seen. So I can scroll down a bit. An Acorn computer. Wowza. Circa 1981. In working condition. Goodness me. And a Sinclair ZX80. And a ZX81. Now, ZX81 was the first computer I ever had. Famous for its sort of tactile keyboard. And then they went to the Spectrum with what calls it the dead man's rubber touch thing. Wow, what a place. That's getting slightly excited. General stuffs around here. It's a beautiful building. All your motoring and castings here. Cables and things. Speaker cables even. Proper speaker cables. TV coax. Oh, I could spend a day here and a lot of money. So if you're in Cardigan, come to Mike's. I tell you, this is the place to be. It's like a visit through an antique store that you can buy everything of. What a fascinating shop, and we've just had a chat with the man himself, and apologise for not actually spending money again today as well. But he was very kind, and I said we'd feature him. And said, look, we don't do this commercially, we do it because we enjoy it, and hopefully he's made a note of who we are. So give it a week or two. It takes me a while to edit these together, and can't recommend the place enough. It is a truly amazing place, absolutely fantastic. Right, let's go find another bookshop. This is a fantastic place. I love Cardigan, it really is great. We're in the high street now, and I can honestly say I can't see any great multiple chain type stores. It's all proper, real shops, not taken over, high street destroyed. Loads of independent traders. And I am glad we made the effort to stop here, because it deserves supporting. It's a really thriving, fabulous place to be. Well, we're stood outside something or another, the Corn Exchange apparently. I've just met this lovely young lady called Isabel who's singing her little heart out. And I'm going to ask her if we can mic her up and get a little bit of a song and some music, put that in the channel, and hopefully she'll find us later on. So I bring you Isabel.
You suffer, don't ache in pain, but now you've decided to show me the same. No sweeping exit, can make me feel better, or treat you unkind.
What a bonus! Come down to New Quay, that's two separate words. I live up in Cornwall, and we found a car park. Not only did we find a car park, but it allows overnights, officially allows overnights, for the princely sum of all of £8. We've got some lovely neighbours for the night who've just offered to allow us to babysit their kids and politely declined. And we're going to go see if we can find ourselves a boat trip and go dolphin spotting. I found somewhere shady to stand just for a moment. We have literally having a really lucky day. Not only have we found a fabulous overnight spot with some good neighbours, we have managed to get onto the 1.5 hour dolphin spotting trip, which leaves in 15 minutes time. So happy and wonderful. Let's see if we can see some this time. It was 5 or 6 years we were here last time. Didn't get to see any, but the trip is definitely worth doing nonetheless. And we've been told go down the lower quay and wait down there. And that's what we're about to do. Let's see if I can swing the camera out in that direction. I believe we are waiting for, I can see over here, I believe we're waiting for that red one over there. Yeah, I think so. Right, anyhow, let's go and find our way to the boat. Well, apparently earlier on I got a bit excited and named the wrong boat, and we are going on Emerald 5, which is, if I can do my pointy, that one down there. Let's see how it goes today. We are currently on the hunt for the ultimate chip, apparently, which has to be slightly more done than normal chips. So we're sneakily peering in through windows to see what chips look like. All, innocent-like. Having surveyed all the fish and chip shops available that we can see, we have opted for the Captain's Rendezvous. Just had a very pleasant hour or two. Don't know how long it was. Spotting the dolphins. Very hard to photograph, and they kind of appear and disappear. But, that's us for the evening. It's about 8 o'clock. We've had a busy old day. And for all of £8, you can stay here at this, I think it's called Central Car Park. It's clearly signposted up for vehicles with accommodation overnights and such like. And do you know what? For £8, I think that's a bit of a bargain. It's very nice to be welcomed somewhere. New Quay, we wholly approve of you. Good Wednesday morning. What a glorious morning it is. A very nice night at New Quay Central Car Park. When they say it's a bit slopey, they're quite right. It is a bit slopey, even with the the chock thingies on, because I know all the technical words obviously, it was still a bit slopey. But it was a glorious night, and we're going to go down and see if we can see some dolphins this morning, because the tide should still be relatively well in. No grockles in your way.
No 1 and 2 hills.
Yeah, you totally avoid the need to do your hair, because you... Yesterday we went out on Emerald 5 and we didn't see dolphins, but it was a fabulous cruise nonetheless. We've come down here this morning and we can just do a step on board and pay on board. And as we have seen dolphins already, guess what we're about to do? Yay!
And easy, you just pull them apart. They go over the head. You put them back together. The black strap then can go around the back and you clip it into the front, making sure then you pull it nice and tight. There is also a little whistle on there as well, so if you drifted away from us, you can give it a little bit of a blow, we'll hear it and come and find you.
Well, maybe sitting on top of the engine isn't the best place for sound, but we've already had a more successful trip than yesterday. We've seen several dolphins really quite close up, frolicking around. Hopefully got some decent still shots. They are still a fair way away, to be fair, but we're glad we made the second trip. First time we've actually seen dolphins anywhere near that close. We had half a mile stop at Aberystwyth and we just can't find anywhere to park. Even the signs telling you where the car parks aren't terribly clear, to the point we've actually given up. And we're going to set off for home. It's currently 13:32, or 1:30 in old money. Sat-nav says we get home about 16:42, so I reckon that's about 5:30, because we're not famous for going terribly quick. Sun's shining, it's a glorious day. Let's set off. We made it back to base. Some kind of grief on the M6, which meant we took a detour. There was literally one overhead sign that said 20-minute delay. We thought, oh! Dived off at the next junction, came back a slightly convolute way, but we didn't get stuck in traffic. So I've just finished washing, cleaning, all the other stuff, ready to go. Emptying out the freshwater tank, drained grey whilst we were away. And now I have the crisis of the gas bottle, because they're not doing 3 point whatever it is, the little ones anymore, in propane. At the moment 6s are hard to get hold of, but we do carry a spare 6, which we only just put on the other day. So now we need to sort out a gas bottle in the next couple of months. Hey, well, no idea where we're going next, but we'll take you along when we do. Stay safe. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to subscribe, like and all that shazam. Ta-ta, bye.